Hi everyone, this is your host again, host Jehan, rendering you LCJ Talks Upload Edition, and this is a dose of happiness. What really happens to me today is about uh, a challenging day for me. I met the owner of the company that I am working with, and I have a meeting with her. She's so fabulous. Um, she's so wonderful and a very understanding person. Um, we tackled about all the menus that we're going to have and what's the reason and what's the story behind the food that we're going to to how do you call it, to serve, and how do we going to serve it, and so on and so forth. This is a very good start for me today. I was so nervous when I went to the office, and because the owner will speak to me, and this is not normal anyways, because I really do just spoke to the general manager, but now the owner of the restaurant itself, the the boss, the biggest boss of ever of the company. Not only one company, she's also a big boss of some how do you call this? Some construction companies, and some there's a lot of business that they have, and she's the boss of it. So I have the opportunity to talk with her this afternoon, and it was so meaningful because I didn't expect that she is like that. How do you call this? The humor that she has is really amazes me. She is actually a joker. I This is the first time I saw Arabic lady that is so good when it comes to um, the humor that she has. It's so funny. This lady is funny, and if you manage to talk with her, you will just think that she is just an ordinary person. So, but she is a CEO of four companies. So I was speaking. We are speaking about we are tackling about the menu and what's the origin of it. And I told her that our restaurant is actually uh, the concept of our restaurant is actually more on like Emirati food, which is more local food thing. And as she saw the menu and scanned it from the breakfast to the starters, salad, to the main courses, to the dessert, she was so amazed on the food that we presented, because she didn't expect that a Filipino person like me will cook such food, which is uh, very exquisite and very distinct on the taste of the not Arabic people but the Emirati people. So I am so honored to meet this wonderful lady, and she gives a lot of compliments to the food that we tackled about. And what I told her, what challenging to me is how these things will put on reality, because right now we're just presenting everything in presentation. So that's my challenge now, how to make these things, how to translate these things in reality, because I barely right now our restaurant is closed right now. So I am doing all the costs and all the things, and buying the plates and buying the equipments of the restaurant, getting prepared for the. That's why I have this in my mind that it's because this is the ninth restaurant that I'm going to open. So even though it's ninth restaurant that I'm going to open, still I have this butterfly in my stomach. I always, because I always want to have an impression on the first day of our opening. I don't want to give a bad impression on the guests. I want them to give a wow, which I believe I I I deliver that on the ninth restaurant that I opened. But this one is very unique because this is the first Emirati ever restaurant that I'm going to make, or menu that I'm going to make. It's very challenging to me because first the ingredients that I'm going to use, some of the ingredients I'm not familiar with, and the ways and the procedures that they have in the menu that the food that they want, and the presentations and all the things, the cooking method, the techniques. This one I am so challenged because as I've told you, this is the first time that I'm going to open an Emirati restaurant. But at the end of the meeting, it was like we are all looking forward to to deliver all these things that we talked to our guests that we're going to open probably on the second week of January. So right now I'm constructing all the things, and it's so tiring day because I know it's cold outside, but I walked around like roughly around 1.5 kilometer just to reach the building because I don't want to ride taxi anyways, and I don't want to waste to waste money right now because what's happening in the world. So I better buckle up my belt and do some savings for the futures. So anyways, yeah, I walked going there, and well, actually it's very near in the metro, but still it's 1.5 kilometers plus 1.5 kilometers. That will give you 3 kilometers a walk. Plus, of course, you walk. It's more than like 600 meters from your house to the metro. So it's kind of like you walk for 4 kilometers. That's not bad at all in my cardiovascular activity. At least I have cardiovascular vascular activity today, and it's kind of a blessed day today because even though I'm so worried, I actually prayed, and I actually hold on to the sayings in Philippians, and I really admire the I really admire the gods. How do you know it's gods or no? It's not the gods. I really admire those people, uh, the faith of those people, with regards of this verse. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. It is so touching yet humbling when you heard this thing, because this morning I was so like worried. What will I tell to the owner? What will I going to do to the staff? What I'm going to tell to them, to the general manager, and it's actually slapped me on the face that, hey, do not be anxious. Do not be anxious of what are you going to do, or do not be worried. Do not ever worry for what are you going to say, because if you prayed, and if you already prayed and give this to God with thanksgiving, and you already request to God these things, might as well you don't think about it because you already give it to Him. So for those people who are still worrying there, I am just a living testimony. I am just a living testimony on this particular note. because God knows what He wants to do. God knows what you need. God knows what what we're going to uh, what we're going to and why and what we are going through. So all we need to do, guys, is trust Him with all our hearts and lean not on our own understanding. So, I think that's all for tonight. I have to sleep early today because I wake up early and my feet are killing me right now. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and this is your host Jan, and this is your LCJ Uploads, Dose of Happiness. Thank you guys, and God bless us. Good night.